Hey guys, did you catch the full moon a few days ago on April 1st? Well, I did. I've been doing it for years now. But usually I do the same thing over and over again. I take a long lens and make sure my camera's on a tripod and focus really detailed. And I've been doing that for a few years now. I don't get out every month, but I get out a lot. And it gets kind of boring doing the same thing over and over because one moonshot pretty much looks like the next. There's some variation, of course. So lately, what I did with this last full moon is went out and took some pictures of the actual clouds using the moonlight, okay? So the moon is smothered in clouds, and when the clouds move where I can see most of the moon, then I take my shot. And that turned out good on April 1st and the day before and after that, because we had a lot of cloudiness in the area. And in fact, one night it was so cloudy I couldn't see the moon at all or any stars, okay? Totally overcast. But then the next night, and keep in mind with the full moon, you can get it the day before, the day after, whatever, it's still going to look full. But the next night I went out and the clouds were just rushing by like, storm clouds in the area. And so as soon as that moon was exposed pretty much fully, then I'd click the shutter and then I'd wait again for it to move. And I also had the luxury of not using a tripod. I just used everything was handheld, okay, which made it nice. I didn't have to set up the tripod and move the tripod around the yard. I just moved myself because the moon is moving too. So and I got different angles. And some of the shots were just the clouds and the moon together. And other shots I actually put in like the fence up on the hill or, the trees in the yard as a foreground to give it a little more earthly connection. So the way I set it up on my settings on my camera was nothing unusual. I used 1/100th of a second for all these shots. That's just the way it worked out. I used an ISO of 1600, which was probably higher than it needed to be because the higher your ISO, especially on these older cameras, okay, makes it more grainy. And I used the focal length of 150 to 200 millimeter on my telephoto lens. Every one of these, at least this first batch of pictures, every one of them is between 150 and 200 millimeters. I didn't use over 200 millimeters because I don't have any longer lens than 200 millimeters for my Nikon cameras. I use both the Nikon 5000 and the Nikon 5200. The 5200 is filming this as we speak. So that might be a way to get out there during a full moon, maybe capture some of the traditional close range if you have a tripod and a really long lens. But if you just have a regular camera, cell phone, etc., you can capture these sort of moody type of photographs that I'm showing you this evening. So I would like to invite you all to subscribe to this channel if you're interested in this type of video. Tell me what you'd like to see next. For the very next video, I want to put out something with a camera I just ordered. It was a Sony A330. It's an A-mount Sony. Several years back, Sony bought out Minolta, and as a result, the Minolta lenses fit the Sony bodies, at least in the A series, okay? And all these A-series bodies have something that my Nikons don't have. They have built-in image stabilization. So you can put any A-mount lens on there and it'll stabilize that lens. With my older Nikons, I put on VR lenses for stabilization, which work great too. But here you don't even have to buy a lens that has that built in because the body has it built in. And the Minolta lenses are super inexpensive, and they're great lenses. I remember having a Minolta film camera back in the day. So I just thought this might be a neat little camera kit that I can try out. I got the camera in 2 lenses for, I think it was $160. And it's a whole kit right there because it came with the actual Sony, I think it's 18 to 55 lens. And then I bought from another site a Minolta lens, which was a 100 to 300 millimeter lens. So I'll give that a try and probably give it a little bit of a review after testing it out. So look forward to that. Please subscribe to this channel. I could really use the subscribers. Like it if you like this video. And until next time, enjoy shooting some moon shots. And that doesn't have to be a full moon either. I shoot, you know, in every phase of the moon. It's very interesting as well. See you later. Thank you.